Hello everyone and welcome to another video. Now today I've got some exciting news for you. I've created my own map on GeoGuessr. You'll remember as we played yesterday in New York City, I was lamenting the frustration that a lot of the time you get landed in Manhattan, which I think is pretty straightforward. So I've created a new map myself. You can see it here. It's called New York City but not Manhattan. Hopefully that's quite self-explanatory. And I'll read you the description. New York City, but it's missing Manhattan. Explore the other 4 boroughs that make up this fantastic city. I created this map because I wanted to explore New York City outside of Manhattan and found Manhattan locations appeared too frequently or were too straightforward. I hope you enjoy this map and perhaps learn more about the geography and locations of this fantastic city. I've got here a side note that I just tried my best really to observe the city lines here, and I will show you what I've done. So this is the edit function on the GeoGuessr map maker, which I've never used before, and I'm just going to enlarge the screen a bit. Why not? And zoom in to the new map. So as we can see here, as we zoom into the New York area, this will load. And this is what we're looking at. So we've got highlighted in the black the 4 boroughs that make up the city of New York, excluding, as you can see here, Manhattan. So in the north is the Bronx, and I tried here, I used the New York sort of city government website to find the boundaries and went through here across the Long Island Sound and then down through Queens as well. Of course, these are the 2 kind of land borders that needed working out. So I've tried my best around there to include what it is. And as you can see, it excludes Long Island here and Yonkers and Mount Vernon and so on and so forth. So then down the river, I'll just zoom in a bit here. You can see I've gone down the Hudson and I've chosen to include Randall's Island Park, which is here because that's not Manhattan in my books, and also Roosevelt Island as well, which is in the middle here. And so yeah, I hope that sort of does the trick. So I have played it once already just to sort of test that it all worked, and I also chose to include the Statue of Liberty and so on. And then scrolling down here, you can see, of course, we go around, following the state boundary, we go around Staten Island, which is the 5th borough. And then I just followed the state boundary out to sea, and then along the coastline here. So that is the map. I'm very excited to have created my own on GeoGuessr. I've never done that before. So let us get back to the game. What are we looking at? I need to go to My Maps. There we go. So you should all be able to access this. So I'd be curious to hear if you do and if you play the map and whether you enjoy it or not. I'm also recording on some new equipment here today. I'm using a new microphone and I'm using a new monitor as well. So do let me know if you experience any issues with either of those 2 things. Without further ado, let's play the New York City but not Manhattan map. And I will leave it limitless for now. Okay, so let's get going. We're in a pretty residential area there. There are no signs at the moment, so we'll get to the end of the street here and see what we can find. Okay, so on the clues front now, we're looking at 173rd Street, 173 Street, and can we just go to our left ever so slightly and see that? Oh, come on, do load, and 103rd, 103rd. And what does that say? Road 173 and 103. Okay, we've got some tennis courts up here as well. They are on the west side. Yeah, that's right. So we're around this kind of you know, this hockey field place and all the rest of it. And in fact, actually, if I look at this cart here, it might give things away because there is a sign that says Jamaica Bulldogs, and so I assume that that's the name of the team that play at this local ground. That helps us because Jamaica is actually a place in New York, out in Queens, so we can open that up and get in there. Let's see, now we've got Queens over here, we've got Jamaica, Jamaica Hills, Jamaica Estates, South Jamaica, and so on. So let's just make that sort of central, and then we can start locking down the streets that we've got. So we had 173 and 103, didn't we? 173rd Street that was, and 103. Let's see now. 103 was a road number, so there we see 103rd Road, for example. These roads always sort of continue way further than you might think, so we've got it there, but we don't quite have 173rd Street yet, so let's try and find that. Yes, here we are. So there's 103rd Road and 173rd Street. So let's go back actually just to here for now, and I just want to confirm that we were on, which one we were on, by looking at those signs. Oh no, where is it? That's the 173rd Street Playground, and so we were on, I think we were down here. So we started, oh, was it 105? Oh, look, let's just go back to the beginning and confirm that. So 105, I thought it was 103rd, but I might have written it down wrong. Come on, go to the end. Seems to be thinking about it for a second, doesn't it? Okay, so here we are, we're at the end of the street again. Let's see now what we can see. There's our sign, it should be here. Yeah, 103, yeah, exactly. So we were on 103. So let's go back to the beginning. And just looking this way, it should be easier to count this way. That's the end of the street there. We're sort of a sideways house, 2, 3, 4, and then there's a gap, and that's to our sort of southeastern side. So let's open up the map again. So we found 103rd Road. We were looking at the Detective Keith Williams Park, but instead we're down here somewhere, aren't we, really? We've got there on the southern side, the house at the end, there's something in the middle there, and then 1, 2, 3. And we're sort of in the gap, aren't we, between the two? So I think that's pretty good. Let's go for the guess. Look at that, meter off. Fantastic. Next round. Okay, so we're by the JCC, and the address here is 1466 Manor Road. 1466 Manor Road, JCC. Well, we'll see if that comes in handy. I don't know Manor Road exactly, but that's why we're learning. You see, this is in the city of New York, and you wouldn't imagine that, would you, really, if you didn't sort of think about it, or if you didn't know. It doesn't necessarily look like New York, but it is. So that's great. You can't see too much that way, so let's get up here, see what this sign says. That is the Pouch Scott Campground. Very good. Okay. Look, let's get up here. We need to find what road we're on, don't we, really, before we do much else. So try and get a move on. And what do we have? What do we have? Okay, well, we're coming across something slowly but surely about here. So this should help. It doesn't feel like we're on a particularly main road at the moment, to be honest. Please load. Okay, so we see Manor Road, that was the one that we got from before, and Brielle Avenue. B-R-I-E-L-L-E Avenue. Manor Road and Brielle Avenue. Interesting. Well, I think we need to travel, a bit further really before we get more clues. So why don't we go? What kind of a sign was that over there? Yeah, nothing, just there. Political one. Michael Grimm. We've also got Gower Road. Or Gower Street, sorry. Gower Street. Okay. Not all that helpful at the moment, but let's just get on with it and see what else we can find. Home of the Falcons. Stuart Wenger High. Oh dear. Stuart Wenger High School. Gainsford. Gainsford Boulevard. Does that ring a bell? Maybe. I'm still not sold on this place. Gainsford though does ring a bell. So let's see. It's clearly some huge school because there's just buses, lined up for acres. I'm just trying to basically get out of here and get to a main road. It looks like there's maybe one coming up. Get to a high street or something like that so we can see what's going on. We've had lots of clues, so I think once we get a gist of where we are, it won't be too hard to find. But we're still on Brielle, I think. Yes, we are. You can see that there. But I'm none the wiser at the moment on which way to go. Actually, it's a bit tough. So why don't we just go this way and see what we can find? I did see a fire thing here. Is this van? Fire van? FDNY? EMS Division 5. I mean, I don't know where that is, I'm afraid, so that doesn't help. Let us carry on though. You see, it just doesn't look like New York City, but you're in it, apparently. You're in it. I would say that this is, it could be anywhere. I might be doing the wrong thing by pursuing this Brielle Avenue route. Just waiting for the page to load is a little frustrating, but necessary, I'm afraid. I'm glad we don't have a time limit on here. Now, Verrazano Babe Ruth League. Okay. The Verrazano Narrows is, or the Verrazano Bridge is what links Staten Island to Brooklyn. So that might give us a clue. Maybe we're in Staten Island. It certainly has that kind of feel to it, I suppose. Does that help? Let's use that as a clue, shall we, just to get in. Of course, the Verrazano name, I guess, could be, kind of applied to anywhere. So, but it's all we've got. Verrazano Narrows Bridge crosses the water there. I would put money on this being, you know, more likely to be in Staten Island than it is in Brooklyn. So why don't we just sort of zoom in here and see what we can see? We've got Gainsvort, Brielle, Gower Street. Do we see any of those? Or a school for that matter. It was called Vanger or Wenger. What's a school sign? Yes, there it is. There's a school sign. We see it. We found Wagner. Wagner. Yes, get in. Now, this is Wagner College. So let's just look for some famous names. We've got Howard Avenue, Clove, Longview, Cedar, Vanderbilt. Don't tell me we can't see any of the ones that we were using. Campus Road, Signal Hill. Huh. Maybe we were a bit further afield. The main one that we were on was Brielle, wasn't it? But I don't see Brielle. Let's just start in the middle and work our way out. Howard, Signal Hill, Wagner College, Cedar, Huysman, Longview, Inwood, Narrows, Clove, Howard. Huh. Victory Boulevard. I would have imagined, you know, we were on sort of Clove Road, for example. That feels right, but maybe not. Is this, am I in the wrong school? Is this, you know, Wagner College versus Wagner School or something that I've got wrong? It'd be highly unlikely, wouldn't it? Highly unlikely. What was the other clue as well? Manor Road. You know, I'm going to go back to the start. I'm sorry to drag this out, but really, I'm a bit surprised. Actually, I can't find it. I say we. I mean, I can't find it at the moment. So sorry about that. Let's see what's in this direction, because, you know, just helpful to try something else every now and again, isn't it? Jewish Community Center of S.I. Staten Island. So that would have helped. This road is Manor Road. We know that from earlier. And it disappears off straight into some forest, doesn't it? Straight into some woods. Come on, please get up. I promise I'm clicking, just seems to be a bit hesitant. What do we have here? Oh, come on. Help me out. Oh dear. I think I came from this direction, no? This is not helping. I just got turned around. Well, I'm glad I didn't put a time limit. This is not easy. Let's just see what there is here in the way of kind of woodland near this school. If I can't find it in a few minutes, I'm going to call it a day. We've got here, for example, this street and this area here. Clove Road, Marling, Clove, Silver Lake, or these woods down here, through which there's ocean terrace and so on. We're nowhere near, I haven't seen the Staten Island Expressway, so I'm lost. I think I'm going to go for the guess near Wagner College because, you know, I feel like we were close. And I'm just curious now to see where this is. I feel defeated. Oh, look at this. So we were just a bit further afield, and why was it that I couldn't? There it is, the Susan E. Wagner High School. Oh my goodness, you couldn't make this up, could you? There you go, Susan E. Wagner. I was looking at the wrong school. There's Manor Road, and there's JCC. We'd have found it instantly. Next round. Okay, this should be a little more straightforward, he says, hopefully. But you see, that's interesting, isn't it? That's why it's fun, because you learn more now about real New York, shall we say. Atlantic Avenue is what we're on. Okay, I think I know where that is, but I'm not 100% sure. Let's go down here, get to the next intersection. Come on, Atlantic. So Queen's Auction. That's good. Okay, so that helps us with that. Do some loading, please. And 134th Street. Is that street? Yes, it is. Okay, so let's go into Queens. We've got the big map open now. Let's load this up. I think I know. I mean, Queens is a big place, so I might not have this quite off the bat, but are we up in this kind of area around Flushing and so on? We've got Astoria, Junction, Queens, Metropolitan, Hillside, and here's Atlantic Avenue. Yes, look, it's a huge road. It runs kind of way right through town. I mean, it's just mega, all the way into Brooklyn actually as well. So we had that sign saying that we were in Queens, didn't we? And we're looking at 134th Street. So we've just got to get out there. You can just count the streets, which make it quite straightforward. So this should make up for a bit of time. And we started somewhere around there, didn't we? We're looking at 134th, but obviously we didn't start on 134th. We started a few houses back, probably on 133rd, although I'd love to get that nailed. Let's just see if there's a sign, and we can just poke our heads through that, can't we, and see 133rd Street. Excellent. So back to the start, and we'll just count our houses. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we're sort of in between. Well, we're dead opposite 6 actually, aren't we, on the eastern side of the road. So let's get in there. Oh, now interestingly, I think I might have put that on the wrong one. What did I say? 101st Ave. No, we're looking for Atlantic. Is that the same name as Atlantic? Worth double checking. Must be careful. No. Atlantic is up here. So that could have been an error. Glad we didn't do that. Didn't guess on there. So what did we say? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we're opposite number 6. Excellent. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we're opposite number 6, which would put us about there. Does that mean that there's a gap behind us in the buildings? It should do. Let's just double check, because I don't want to. Yes, there is a kind of a gap, isn't there? It's right, and just a couple of houses on that side. So that makes perfect sense. Let's go for the guess. 1 meter away. Look at that. Fantastic. Next round. Okay, 4 out of 5. Now, what are we looking at here? We don't have to move too far. We've got the Bay Parkway and Cropsey Avenue South. That's interesting. Bay Parkway and Cropsey Avenue. Don't recognize those names. On here we've got Millwell or something, Illwell Avenue as well. So, what are we looking at? Cars only. We're right by some fantastic diner. Oh my goodness, look at that. Happy Halloween, folks. Yes, indeed. Very good. Brilliant. Well, that will help places as well, so do remember the diner. And we've got Belt Parkway east to Kennedy Airport, and that's what we're joining here. So look, I'm going to go up there and join that. So I think that puts us on the Belt Parkway, heading east, but Kennedy Airport might be sort of signposted from a long way away, so doesn't necessarily mean that we're there. Let's get up here and see what we can see. Oh, I thought I just saw a green sign. Have I skipped by that already? Yeah, there we go. Ocean Parkway. Let's get in here and see what we can see around JFK and Ocean Parkway, because, you know, presumably Ocean Parkway's on the ocean, and JFK, well, we know where that is. That's a huge area. So, okay, so this is John F. Kennedy Airport. We've got here the Belt Parkway, Sunrise Highway, the Van Wyck. We've got the Belt Parkway, the Shore Parkway, and we've got all the parkways except the Ocean Parkway, don't we? Or the Bay Parkway, that was another one. Cross Bay Boulevard, Beach Channel Drive, Rockaway Boulevard. Not convinced, not yet. Let's carry on. We're heading sort of southeast, but the roads do snake around a bit in New York. The freeways do, certainly, so doesn't really help us sort of knowing at any single point in time which direction the road is actually heading. Sure, we'll find this soon enough. Pretty confident in this. So we've got here the exit for Ocean Parkway. I want to go a bit further and see the next sign. Coney Island Avenue. Okay, so Coney Island Avenue. Now, Coney Island is on the beach, I think, no? It's somewhere down here. This is Coney Island. Presumably Coney Island Avenue. Oh, there's Ocean Parkway. Okay, good. And there's Coney Island Avenue. Fantastic. Okay. So look, we started, maybe we're on the Belt Parkway or the Shore Parkway. And yes, what were the other words that we were looking for? The other ones we saw were Cropsey Avenue, found it, it's right here, and Bay Parkway, which can't be far away. Did we start about here? We started at quite a complicated intersection, and if you remember, there was a great looking New York City diner, the Parkview Diner. I guarantee you that's it. I guarantee you that's the Parkview Diner. I'm just gonna go back to the start and use the geography of the road layout to figure out where we are. So yes, we've got the bridge going over next to us. We've got this entrance, which kind of joins the car park exit, joins the entrance pretty quickly, and we're just off the well, which way are we looking? We're looking southwest onto this building, which is exactly right. Now it places about there, so I'm pretty confident in that. Let's go for the guess. Excellent. Play next round. Spot on. I still like the look of that diner. Fantastic. Okay, final round here, folks. I think we'll all agree this has been a little more testing. I'm still kind of reeling from the Staten Island guess, actually, or lack thereof. It was it's funny to sort of give up, but I was really stumped there, and didn't want to spend too long doing it. So interestingly, we're at a dead end street, so that might actually help us at some point figure out where we are. Yeah, so this is just exciting because it's sort of not really the side of New York that you might usually get to see. So where you can see here, we're at 46th Avenue and 197th Street. Now I've said this before, that if you see avenues and streets, you can sort of bank on being in Brooklyn, but this doesn't look like Brooklyn to me. And in fact, we know that there's some up in the Bronx and so on. So let's maybe hold our fire on that for now. What's happened? Oops, come on. Hold our fire on that one for now and just explore some more, see where we can get to. Super residential area here, isn't it? We should come across, a pretty decent street. We're still on 46. We've now crossed 195. Let's pause here, shall we, and see what we can see, if there's anything. Well, there isn't much, to be honest, is there? This is 194 now. Let's go up here, because I do see a flag and maybe some other things, so that could be of interest. Wow, a bit strange. Okay, and we've got some signs on the ground here for a school and so on and so forth. So this looks like it's maybe a bit more of a main road. So what do we have here? Let's get up to there, shall we? Utopia. Wow, that's strange. Okay, so we're looking for Utopia and 46th. Well, this is a weird one. I'm not sure what to make of this. Maybe let's try the Bronx. This internet needs to hurry up. What did we have? We had 197th Street, didn't we? We were looking at this area, I think, earlier. We've got Grand Concourse, Webster, Sedgwick, but no, I don't think. It's just not quite orderly enough, the sort of geography around here. Let's try and carry on, see what we can find. 46th Avenue. Well, we knew about that already. Come on. What do we have here? Must be more of a clue. This one, please. Just load, would you? Hollis Court Boulevard. Okay, so that's way more of a main road. Hollis Court. I still don't quite see it, but we don't know yet that it's not the Bronx, do we? I'm looking at these: East Gun, Burke, Allerton. No, not right. Hollis Court Boulevard, New York. It doesn't say what street, what area it's in, though, does it? That's annoying. We've got Utopia and Hollis Court. Let's try and see if there's some more clues here, because this really shouldn't be too difficult. Danny's auto care, very good. Thank you, Danny. Not sure. Look, we're struggling out there in the Bronx, aren't we? Sort of saying it's out here. So let me go back to Queens or to Brooklyn, because we might have more luck there. So what do we need to see? We need to see Hollis Court, and 46th, isn't it? It's really 46th is the main street. So what is in Brooklyn? Is that maybe it is? Why am I ruling that out? 60th, 18th Street, 5th Avenue, 39th. Just doesn't feel right to me, does that at all? But oh, sorry, it was 46th Avenue, wasn't it? That's what we're looking for. So that's, I'm in slightly the wrong place here. That's for sure, which is good because it didn't feel right. 46th Avenue, but the avenues here don't seem to have numbers, do they? Ocean Avenue. There's 25th. But no. They really kind of don't. The street was 197 Street, so that feels wrong as well. Let's get out till we see something that could be reminiscent of something in that order of magnitude. There's 144, 200s. Okay, now we're in here somewhere, aren't we? We see 170s and 200s, and we were on 197. So 170, 183. 197. So that is 197 there. Does that bring us out into anywhere that we recognize? We've got Linden, 119th, 120th, and that's 115th Avenue. So we're miles away from here. There's no way we're going to just jump across a 46th Avenue being where we are. So does that put us back up in Queens? Sorry, back up in the Bronx? No, possibly not. There's 197 and there's 47th Avenue. There's Hollis Court. Yes. Okay, we've got there. Eventually we've got there. Now, didn't we know that we were at a dead end somewhere? I think we did. We started at a dead end, did we not? So did we start there? There's 46th. It actually turned into those two roads there, didn't it? So yes, I think that's it. I think that's where we are. Let's go back to the start and just double check our geographies. I'm just looking for the first road really that we come across. That's all we really need. It's quite a wide road here, isn't it? That a bit strange that it abruptly ends like that. But anyway, let's just get up to this intersection and confirm what we can see. So yes, we are on 46th, and this is 197th Street actually that we're crossing. So that's correct. We started on 46th and we're crossing 197th Street. That said though, we're actually on 46th. Oh no, is it Avenue or Road? Road. Yes, it's the road. Okay, great. So that's where we started. I'm going to go for the guess. 4 meters away. Brilliant. Spot on. Let's view the summary. Game finished. Well done. Well, look folks, now we're talking about places outside of Manhattan. I really enjoyed that. I hope you did too. It's the whole reason I created the map, is to spend a bit more time in New York and really get to know the 4 outer boroughs. So look, most of the ones we had were in Queens, but we had one in Brooklyn there as well, which we nailed. And then in Staten Island, it was particularly tough and I got very confused there. So that was great fun, and I hope you enjoyed it too. Please do play the map if you can find it on GeoGuessr. Just to remind you, it's called New York City, but not Manhattan. I hope you've enjoyed the game, and do let me know how it goes. So thank you very much for playing with me today, and I'll see you in the next video.